Okay, so Alex Pereira has to fight Jon Jones at this point. Now, I know what you might already be thinking. I know the Jon Jones hate is going to be strong with this one, but just hear me out. Jon Jones, as we know, as of late, he hasn't been very good. He hasn't been very active. You know, if you go back to the last 4 or 5 years, I mean, he's won like one fight. You know, he took all that time off to bulk up to heavyweight, and then he fought Gon, he won, and then he got injured. Now he wants to fight Stipe. So, like, Jon Jones is not the most popular guy right now in terms of the fans. People are hating on him. And, you know, I'm one of them too. Like, I completely understand why. He's kind of wasting the last few years of his career. And does he have much to prove anymore? Not really. But just the fact that he wants to fight Stipe is very annoying. And he doesn't want to fight Tom. And he doesn't want to fight these guys that are at the top of the sport right now. And with Pereira's knockout of Yuri on Saturday, man, how big would that fight be? And again, like, we know Jon isn't the most active right now, but no matter what, he's just one of those guys that he has that popularity. He can sell pay-per-views, like, no matter what. The fans just know him. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys saw that Dana White and that reporter going at it about the pound-for-pound #1 right now, and Dana still thinks it's Jones, and you know, that's kind of where the hate comes from, because, you know, Dana's like riding Jon so hard right now. For whatever reason, I get what Dana's like trying to say. I think what he's trying to say is, like, Jon is the best fighter ever. Like, Pereira hasn't reached Pereira or Makhachev, who those two are arguably at the top of the pound-for-pound list right now, in my opinion, and I think in most people's opinion currently. But I think what Dana's more talking about is, like, all time. Like, yeah, Jones had a better all-time career so far than Pereira and Makhachev, because he's already kind of done it. Like, he's been the champion for a long time. He's defended the belt a million times at light heavyweight. And yeah, but currently he hasn't done anything besides beat Gon, and that's it. So no, he's not at the top of the pound for pound currently. But if Jones and Pereira fought, it would kind of be like, you could say, the greatest of all time versus like the current greatest right now, and one of the best light heavyweight champions in the modern day. I mean, who's been a better champion besides Jones at light heavyweight than Pereira in the last like 5-10 years? Like, he's knocking everybody out right now. And I think that fight's exciting because Jones is this untouchable guy who's never lost a fight, and people know that Pereira could potentially catch him. Like, for sure. It's a huge possibility. And that would be just so intriguing. I think that's the biggest fight you can make right now. Yeah, I mean, what you could do too is Jon could make his return to light heavyweight. I know he probably won't do that. I don't know if he can go back from all the weight he's gained and how old he is now. I don't think he wants to do that. I don't even know if he can do that. But you still have the opportunity to make that fight, because Jones is the heavyweight champion and Pereira has been talking about moving up to heavyweight, and he definitely could. And he's almost cleared out the light heavyweight division. Now, you know, they're talking about potentially Magomed next, and yeah, that makes sense, but it gets scary because if he loses, then you kind of lose that opportunity for him to move up to heavyweight and fight Jones. Maybe he still could, and maybe it would actually work better if he lost, because then he could just move on and move up to heavyweight. But it'd be a champ versus champ fight, and it would be huge. Pereira's the biggest star in the sport at the current moment, and Jones is one of the biggest stars in the sport all time. So you put those two together, that's a massive pay-per-view, and it's an exciting fight. And yeah, I mean, I don't see it happening, because Jones seems so set on fighting Stipe and not fighting these top contenders. He won't even fight Tom. And I know that's a fight that, you know, makes even more sense in this one, obviously, because he's interim champ. But yeah, I mean, I just think that's a golden opportunity. But it's so hard to make happen. You got Tom as interim champ. You got Jones who's going to fight Stipe. You know, there's so many things that need to happen. But, you know, I kind of wish Jones was still in that mode he was a few years ago when he was fighting the top contenders at the light heavyweight division, like Reyes and Santos and all those guys, Anthony Smith. Like, yeah, just if Pereira came along a little bit earlier, this could have happened, but now I don't see it happening. But I wish it would. I hope the UFC somehow pushes for this. I mean, you got Tom there too, so it's kind of like he would probably be the first option. You know, maybe they could fight first, and then the winner of that could fight Pereira, and that would be a huge fight too. I hope Pereira eventually moves up, and you know, maybe Jones will retire, and then Tom and Pereira would fight, which that would still be a massive fight too. But I just think the star power of Jones, even though he's lost some of it in the last few years, it's still a massive fight, and you can't deny that you would like to see it. I know it's cool to hate on Jones right now, and I haven't been very happy with him either, but yeah, it's just undeniable that would be a huge fight. That's what I want. Dana, make it happen. If you hear this, if you're out there, I just really hope so, man. Can't believe Jones wants to fight Stipe. Like, no, just stop. Stipe should just retire. Just go. Out of the sport. Even Jones retire, and then just let Tom be the champ, and then I know Tom will fight Pereira for sure. Imagine if Tom beats John and then fights Pereira. That might be even better. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, man. Jones is just friggin' log jamming this heavyweight division up. But yeah, bottom line is this is my dream fight right now, and I hope it somehow happens. I'm manifesting it, I'm putting it out in the universe. But yeah, it's a hard it's not a hard sell, but it's hard to make happen. Pereira's in a good position to kind of do as he pleases. The division's almost cleared out. Magomed could definitely be up next, but he's not a big money fighter, big seller or anything, so they could kind of do something like they did to Bilal and just kind of make him sit for a little bit. And then I just think you have to take advantage of Pereira right now before he potentially, because there's a very good chance he loses that Magomed fight. So you need to make sure you take advantage of the fact that he's champion right now, and he doesn't have that much time left in the sport either. He's really old. So I think the Jones fight would be a great way to take advantage of him. I think the Jones fight would be a great way to use him while you can, and even the Tom fight would be a great way to use him. The reason why I think the reason why I think Pereira should move up to heavyweight before he fights Magomed next is because if he moves up to heavyweight and loses, he's still the champion at light heavyweight, so then he can just go back down and do that fight. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens.